Good afternoon, Stocktwits, Phil Perlman. I'm here at CME Group, New York, the NYMEX floor. I'm joined today by Alan Harry, Spartan Commodity Fund CEO. Alan, how are you today?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good, great to have you here. Let's get right into it. West Texas Intermediate Crude. What are you seeing here?
Well, today I was looking at the 102.5 level. Was it going to break it, or was it going to rally out of there? If it rallies out of there, temporary bottom put into the market. If it broke it, I thought we could see as low as $97. Well, it didn't break it, so right now it's a temporary bottom. And what I'm looking at right now is up we go.
And we've held that level and had a nice rally off that, what you're calling a possible short-term bottom here. And we had some good numbers this morning as well on the economic front. And last week I was joined by Blue Putnam, who's the chief economist of CME Group, and he was saying that the move that we had up to 108, at least part of that move was not all necessarily Egypt. It was part economically inspired, and the numbers seem to possibly support that this morning. What are your thoughts around that?
Well, I agree in part. I also feel that Egypt is not done, unfortunately. There's still more issues over there, and they're getting worse, not better. So I think part of the up move that we're going to see now is going to be partly from Egypt and partly from political problems. However, economic-wise, it has been getting better. So we are getting some support in the market. We're finding draws in crude where we were having builds before. We're seeing people around the world starting to use more crude oil right now. So I agree, it's in both, part both.
And so we're going to get, so if the recovery, picks up steam here, which it appears possibly it's doing, we're going to get that pickup in demand that we saw drop off. Are we going to get all of that back, or we're going to get just bits of that back, and is that a tell on the economic front?
Well, what I see right now is it's not so much are we going to get that economic recovery and will the demand come to what it was before. Instead, what I'm looking at is the supply aspect of it. The reason why is supply-wise, we seem to be having a lot of supply on the market and the ability to have more supply on the market, which I think will put a level on crude on the upside. So even though we may have an economic recovery, and even though we may have a bigger demand coming from that economic recovery, supply-wise, we have more than enough supply.
So we hold this level, and then, and if that's potentially bullish, what's your levels on the upside here? What are you looking for?
108 to 112, I think, is what we see on the upside.
And we get above 108, it could really move.
Yes, it could. But I think, though, once again, there's going to be a cap in the marketplace because there's going to be a lot of hedging going on, and even longer-term hedging going on, where they're going to want to fix that price structure in place. They didn't like the price structure below $100. They had to feel that for a while. And I'm talking about the Middle East. I'm talking about people that are basing their economies off of their crude oil production.
And on the speculative front, since you bring it up, traders are leaning long here.
Yes, they are. Right now, commitment of traders on the speculative side is long, and it's a rather large long position.
Okay, so Alan, thanks so much for being here. This is Stocktwits' Phil Perlman at the CME Group, NYMEX. Adios.